Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to another peaceful journey into the land of dreams. Tonight, as raindrops gently tap against your window, we have a story that will wrap around you like the coziest, most magical blanket. This is a tale of discovery, wonder, and the hidden powers of dreams. So, snuggle into your bed, take a deep breath, and let the soft rhythm of the rain guide you into relaxation. Close your eyes and imagine a night where the world outside is painted in silver, the moonlight glowing softly through the curtains, and a strange yet beautiful blanket waiting to unveil its secrets. It was one of those nights where the rain fell in steady waves, the kind that made the air smell fresh and the streets glisten under the dim glow of streetlights. Lucas, a young man with a restless heart, walked home from work, his umbrella barely shielding him from the drizzle. The streets were quieter than usual, except for the occasional sound of tires splashing through puddles. As Lucas turned onto a small alleyway, a shortcut he rarely took, his eyes landed on something peculiar. An old shop, tucked between two towering buildings, its wooden sign creaking in the wind. The shop looked ancient, its windows fogged up with age, and the dim glow from inside gave it an almost mystical presence. Above the door, the sign read, "Dream Weaver's Treasures, where dreams find their stories." Something about those words sent a strange chill down Lucas's spine, but curiosity pulled him forward. The bell above the door jingled softly as he stepped inside. The shop smelled of old books, lavender, and something sweet, almost like vanilla and honey. The shelves were filled with trinkets, clocks, and fabrics that shimmered like the night sky. Behind the counter stood an old woman, her silver hair tied into a loose bun, her eyes holding the wisdom of many lifetimes. "Welcome, traveler," she said with a knowing smile. "You've come for something special, haven't you?" Lucas hesitated. I don't really know why I came in. The rain, I guess." The woman chuckled, her voice as gentle as the falling rain. "No one enters the shop by accident, dear. Every visitor is drawn by something their heart desires, even if they don't know it yet." She reached beneath the counter and pulled out a folded blanket. It was unlike anything Lucas had ever seen, woven with threads that shimmered like stars, changing colors as they caught the light. "This," she said, "is a dream weaver's blanket. It doesn't just keep you warm, it takes you places." Lucas frowned, unsure whether she was joking or speaking in riddles. "Takes me where?" The woman's eyes twinkled. "Wherever your dreams need to go." Lucas left the shop with the blanket carefully wrapped in a paper bag. He wasn't sure why he bought it. Perhaps it was the strange pull he felt toward it, or the way the old woman's words lingered in his mind. That night, as the rain continued its rhythmic song, he spread the blanket over his bed. The fabric felt softer than anything he had ever touched, as if it were woven from clouds. He turned off the lights, settled under the blanket, and let out a deep sigh. The moment his head hit the pillow, a warmth spread through his body. Not just physical warmth, but something deeper, comforting, enveloping. Then, just as he began to drift into sleep, something extraordinary happened. The room around him faded. The sounds of the rain softened into whispers. He felt himself floating, not in a dream, not in reality, but somewhere in between. He opened his eyes and found himself standing in a vast, moonlit meadow. The grass glowed silver under the starlit sky, and a soft breeze carried the scent of jasmine and rain. Lucas turned around, trying to make sense of where he was. This wasn't his bedroom. It wasn't even his world. That's when he heard it. A distant hum, like a lullaby carried by the wind. He followed the sound, his feet moving effortlessly across the glowing meadow until he reached a small cottage perched beside a crystal clear lake. The water reflected the stars above, shimmering as if the universe itself had settled upon its surface. A figure stood at the water's edge, her long cloak rippling in the wind. She turned, her eyes meeting his with a gaze so familiar, yet entirely unknown. "You found the blanket," she said softly. "Now, your journey begins." Lucas took a hesitant step forward. The woman by the lake seemed to radiate a calming presence, as if she belonged to this dreamlike world. Her cloak shimmered in the starlight, much like the threads of his blanket. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice barely louder than a whisper. The woman smiled, her expression gentle yet knowing. "I am a guide. Every traveler who sleeps beneath the Dreamweaver's blanket arrives here eventually. Lucas frowned. Traveler? You mean this place is real? The woman tilted her head. As real as dreams can be. And dreams, dear Lucas, are more powerful than you realize. A soft breeze rustled the glowing grass around them, and Lucas felt a strange sense of familiarity, as if he had been here before. Where exactly is here? He asked. This is the dream way, she said, turning to face the lake. A realm between waking and sleeping, where dreams take shape before they drift into the minds of dreamers. Lucas stared at the shimmering water. Tiny, glowing wisps floated above the surface, swirling like fireflies. And what do you mean by travelers? The woman reached into her cloak and pulled out a golden thread, identical to the ones woven into his blanket. Not everyone who sleeps under the dream weaver's blanket is chosen. Only those with a deep connection to their dreams, and those who have lost something within them. Lucas hesitated. Lost something? The woman nodded. Dreams are not just fleeting images of the night. They hold our hopes, our memories, our fears. Some people lose sight of their true dreams as they grow older, forgetting the magic they once believed in. But the blanket finds them and brings them here to rediscover what was lost. Lucas felt a strange pull in his chest, as if her words unlocked something hidden within him. Could that be why he had been drawn to the shop? Why he had felt an inexplicable need to buy the blanket? What happens now? He asked. The woman extended the golden thread toward him. Your journey begins. But first, you must remember. Lucas hesitated before taking the thread. The moment his fingers touched it, a wave of warmth surged through his body. And suddenly, Lucas was no longer standing by the lake. He was a child again, no older than 7, curled up in bed with a blanket wrapped tightly around him. The scent of hot chocolate lingered in the air, and rain drummed softly against the window. His mother sat beside him, reading a bedtime story. Her voice was warm, comforting. He remembered this night. It was one of his favorite childhood memories. She turned the pages, the illustrations of knights, castles, and enchanted forests dancing in the glow of the bedside lamp. Lucas had always loved stories. He would close his eyes and imagine himself inside them, sailing across the ocean, battling dragons, discovering hidden treasures. But as he grew older, reality had stolen that magic away. School, work, responsibilities, they had taken the place of his dreams. The stories he once loved had faded into the background of his life. And now, standing in this memory, Lucas realized something. He had lost his dreams, the blanket, the shop, the dreamway. It had all led him here, back to this forgotten moment, to remind him of the dreams he had abandoned. The memory began to blur, fading into soft light. Lucas opened his eyes back in the dreamway, standing beside the mysterious woman. The golden thread still rested in his palm, glowing faintly. "I remember now," he whispered. The woman smiled. "Then you must make a choice." Lucas looked at her. "A choice?" She nodded. "You can return to your world and wake up as you always have, letting this night become just another forgotten dream." Or she gestured to the lake. "You can embrace the magic within you, follow your dreams again, but that path requires courage." Lucas looked at the glowing lake, then down at the golden thread in his hand. For years, he had told himself that dreams were just fantasies, that he had outgrown them. But standing here, in a place woven from dreams themselves, he knew the truth. Dreams were never meant to be abandoned. He took a deep breath and tightened his grip on the thread. "I choose to remember." The woman nodded, her expression filled with quiet approval. "Then your journey has only just begun." The dreamway began to dissolve into light, the stars stretching into golden ribbons. Lucas felt himself being pulled upward, floating effortlessly through the glowing mist. And then he woke up. The rain was still falling outside, tapping softly against the window. The blanket was still wrapped around him, its fabric warm and comforting. But something was different. Lucas sat up, running his fingers over the threads. They shimmered under the dim light, as if holding the remnants of the dream. A small object rested on his nightstand. A golden thread. Lucas picked it up, his heart pounding. It wasn't a dream, it had been real. And with that realization, he smiled. For the first time in years, he felt truly awake. Because now he knew the truth. Dreams don't fade. We only need to remember how to follow them. As our story comes to an end, I hope it has brought you peace, warmth, and a sense of wonder. May your dreams be filled with magic, and may you always remember the beauty of the world within you. If you enjoyed this bedtime journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment about your favorite part of the story. Your support helps keep these dreamy tales alive. Now, close your eyes, relax, and let the gentle sounds guide you into a deep and restful sleep. Sleep well and enjoy this soothing music.